Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. So, big news, again posted on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization website, the V-Jump has been leaked. So we recently got, I think a couple of hours ago, new information about the new summoning mechanic and some important changes to our current beloved game of Yu-Gi-Oh! 4 important things are going to be pointed out in this video, and they are quite crucial changes to our game. The first one here is Konami is going to introduce a new type of monster that belongs to the extra deck. Here is the first monster. The first example is called Decode Talker. It's a new Link 3 monster, as you see here in the it's called Link Markers right at the bottom of the card. So again, it's a Link 3 monster, and it only has an attack stat. So in this case, this new Decode Talker has 2300 attack, and again, no defense. And something important is that these new Link monsters, when on the field, they cannot change their battle position. In this case, Decode Talker has 2 separate effects. Its first effect is that it will get 500 extra attack for each monster linked to it. I'll come back to that in a few moments. Its second effect makes it somewhat good, is that as soon as your opponent activates a card effect that targets a card, or I believe certain cards on the field, it has to target a certain card on the field, you can tribute one of your linked monsters to this Decode Talker to negate and destroy that activated card. So it seems that it's something like an equip mechanic, but it's very much different, right? Okay, so that's the first important thing, the new monster Decode Talker. The second most important thing is that apparently there are 2 possible ways to perform a Link summoning, and that's how it's called, the new summoning mechanic, next to Exceed, Synchro and Pendulum Summon. It seems quite easy, but yeah, for the moment you probably need a lot of investment, but as you know, with more card support and more support in future sets, it's going to become much more easy, and it seems at the moment relatively fair, but you know how it was back in the day with Fort with pendulums and with performances and bells. Those got crazy good. But again, the 2 options, and let's take a Decode Talker for an example to make it much more easy. So again, Decode Talker is Link 3 monsters, and 2 options, 2 possibilities to get your Decode Talker on the field. The first option is to tribute or use 3 different effect monsters on the field. It doesn't really matter which level they are or which attack they have, they need to be 3 different effect monsters on the field, and then you can Link summon your new monster. So seems quite a big investment for now. The second option here is, and that probably tells us we are getting like a new card type, like we got with the Pendulum cards, right? You know, with the monster and spell all in one card, is that these new cards probably will have something like levels and or links attached to it. And the second way to summon your Decode Talker is to use, let's say, one of those new monsters, and that new monster has like a link of 2. Then you need 1 extra effect monster on the field to Link summon your new Decode Talker. Since again, Decode Talker is a link of 3, so you need like other monsters, let's say 1 effect monster, so the other monster needs to be a link monster with a link of 2. So hopefully I don't miss anything here. Something important is that on the field you see there a lot of big changes to the current Yu-Gi-Oh! Field, is that these so-called Link Markers, they point to certain monster zones, and these monster zones are affected by this new Link monster. So already 2 important things. The third most, and this is kind of a crucial thing as well, is that they are going to introduce new monster zones. I think 2, if I get this right, but very important is that you as a player can only use 1 of them, and at the start of the duel, at the beginning of the duel, these new monster zones don't belong to a player. So during the duel you can of course use 1 of them, and you can only special summon extra deck monsters to these new monster card zones. So again, only extra deck monsters like Fusion, Synchro, etc. So the point here is to be as fast as possible get a monster, and preferably a link monster, to this new monster zone to kinda claim it and get more advantage out of these linked monsters to it, since apparently if there is a link monster in this new extra monster zone, you can get more advantage out of this. But I think this will become more clear if we can get more support, or yeah, newer cards to support this new summoning mechanic. Very important, and I was kind of shocked with this, and if I see this correctly, is that apparently extra deck monsters cannot be summoned, you know, like Synchro, Exceed monsters, they cannot be summoned to the regular monster zones. Is that now the zones where those markers, you know, those link markers point at, those zones are apparently for extra deck monsters. So again, a very big change to our game. So pretty much, if I understand this correctly, so I think the main goal is to get out a link summon as fast as possible, and yeah, of course, bring out other extra deck monsters next to it as well to quickly gain advantage in this new game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the final and most important thing that is going to change is these, or at least are the Pendulum Zones. The Pendulum Zones are now both of the left and the right of the spell and trap card zone. So for now, or at least, yeah, the Pendulum Zones, they can just be considered as normal spell and trap card zones, but as soon as you activate the Pendulum Scale, those zones will become those, yeah, Pendulum Scales. So I think, yeah, it seems logical that from then on, if you activate the Pendulum Scale, the other zone, I think, if I again understand it correctly, cannot be used for a normal, regular spell or trap. But again, don't quote me on this. So for now, these, I think, are the 4 important and biggest changes that our game is going to get soon as soon as the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Frame, I believe, is coming out. But it seems a bit, well, yeah, not really far-fetched, but difficult. But I think that's always the case, right? With new, with the new summoning mechanic, new rules being added to the game. So I'm definitely excited to try this out soon. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.